Hi everybody, this is TheGreenFrog here, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the first episode of a series that I'm going to be calling Scratch Let's Program, because it's not exactly going to be a walkthrough or tutorial on how to play on Scratch, but kind of like a Let's Play in Minecraft where we just play and talk about it. We're going to be kind of doing the same thing with this Scratch Let's Program. So, I made a new program, or new project, new project called Frog Quest. So we're going to be making a game where we're going to have like a level map that the frog can travel on to go to different levels. And then we're going to have with each level, you can go and play a different level and maybe like collect different stars or something. And we'll just expand the game as we go. As you can see, my Scratch profile name is Froggy4444. So it'd be great if you could head on to Scratch. It's scratch.mit.edu. Great program. I'll leave a link down in the description. And check out some of my different games, including my current favorite game that I've ever made called Froggy Hop, with which I currently have a version. I'm pretty sure it's 1.2.0. So, here we go. So we don't want this cat because we're not going to be using a cat. We're going to be using a frog. So let's go and grab a frog from here. I know there's a frog in here because I used it with my Froggy Hop. There it is. Nice little tongue. And then what I'm thinking is we don't really want the tongue, I don't think, for this game. So let's head in and attempt to get rid of the tongue. So let's go to bitmap so I can use the eraser and zoom in a bit. And then just get rid of this guy's tongue as much as we possibly can. So get rid of that. And then here I'm just going to go pixel by pixel. Smallest one possible. Pixel by pixel. Actually not pixel by pixel, but pretty much pixel by pixel eraser. If I can go like that, and then just trying to not mess this up. I don't want to erase that. Can this go any smaller at all? No, it can't be pixel by pixel. But if you look at that from a distance, you cannot tell that there is a tongue there. Like if you can you zoom in? Set size. Like if you set it to like 500%, maybe you can tell. It's still ridiculously hard to see. So from it, looking at it like this, no way you could ever tell there's a tongue there. So we're going to, we can do the stage as a backdrop, and then we'll have to put like the level circles on it as sprites. So do a backdrop. We should definitely zoom out here to 100%. And thinking just like and hold shift to make it straight lines. Just like a little path you can go on to go to the different levels. Actually, we can just do like a path along the bottom, and then we could fill that in with black. No, fill it in with green, since that can be like grass. And then, actually, you know what? I think that's a bit too much grass. So let's go just like down here, make it grass, and then fill it in with grass, or green. There we go. That's a good amount of grass. That guy can sit there and he can move along to the different levels. So it's like the level map. So let's make a couple different circles. We can do it's like different, maybe red circles. No, I don't want that because I want it to be filled in. So filled in circles, circle. That's way too big, but that's fine because we can just zoom it out a bit. Set size to me like 50. Try 50. What will 50 look like? That looks pretty good. Let's just duplicate this a whole bunch. We'll always keep an extra one. We can duplicate them more. I think maybe like 5 levels on each map. So have 6 of them. And then we can just have it so this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 levels. Which one's this? That's number 6. We can keep number 6. Number 1, where's number 1? Number 1's over there. So we need to type in word 5. What is that? Remove back. That must be a new thing. Certainly didn't used to be there. Put in black. Make right letter 5. Move that around, like maybe there. Hopefully centered enough. Yep, but that's actually, that text is really small. This is where we want to go and do vector mode, so you can actually edit the text. So let's undo that. Go to vector. Vector, you can edit the text once you've already placed it and everything, which is what we want. Can we make the text any bigger though? Does it have to be that small? Seems like it has to be that small. Oh no, we can, okay, that makes sense. So we can go like this. We can make it bigger like that, and then put that 5 in there. There we go. So you can read that now. So let's call this level map. Level 5 map. Just so we know what this thing is. Then go to this one. Where's that? Why did that just turn into a what? That makes what? That was really weird. Just turned into a purple square. That's so odd. Okay, this is the 4th one. So let's do the same thing. Go 4, make it big, center it in as much as we possibly can. Like that. Should be centered fairly. Oh, I meant to do it in vector. Need to make it into vector. Yeah, because as you could see there, it wasn't exactly that centered. And when you have vector, let's say I did it like here. If bitmap, you couldn't edit that, but in vector, you can still edit that even though we have already typed it. So let's center the 4 in as much as we possibly can. Is good. There we go. That's good. And then let's change this. Let's call it level 4 map. Not level 4 mappa. Level 4 map. This one's number 2. So let's go to vector this time. We remembered this time. Type in a 2 and just make that bigger. Sorry if I'm going a bit fast paced. I'm not trying to make this a tutorial. I'm trying to do like a let's program just so you can see me actually programming a game. Be a multi-episode series. Obviously, not going to make the entire game this episode. That'd be a bit ridiculous. Probably be the worst game ever, because it would have like nothing. So level 2 map, and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun doing this. So this is number 1. I know the level map is a bit on the like basic side, but whenever I try to do like artwork and this kind of stuff, it always turns out absolutely horrible. So no, I did not. Why did I type 5? I honestly do not know why I typed 5. I should have typed 1. So I'm just gonna do it like this, just so it looks good. So level 1 map, and then the final one has to be number 3, which it is. Just good, so we can count, and that's a great thing. So let's make this a bit bigger, and then center it, and then we'll be all done with our basic level map here. So that is a lot smaller than pretty much all the other numbers. So let's make that a bit bigger. And there we go. Just call that level 3 map. Level 3 map. Then call, this can be level map template. And there we go. Now, we want to hide this guy because we don't want to see him. And the frog needs to have some gravity. So, what I'm going to do, I want to see, I might already have it in my backpack, but how am I supposed to figure that out with this mess? Can you even rename these? No, you can't even rename them, so I'm never going to be able to know what these are. So I'm not sure what these are, but but I'm going to find the one. I'm going to get a gravity script so we can, from one of my other games, this guy can have some gravity, and I will be back. Okay, so I am back. Here we are. So we have two costumes, frog right and frog left, which it won't let me change to because of our gravity script that we have just added. So we can go right and it'll slow down. That'll make the frog look that way. Then if we hit the left arrow, then as soon as we start moving left, then it'll look the other way. Then we can also jump, and with gravity and bounces. I got this from one of my other games, so we can just jump around. And then here I have a note here because this number is like kind of like the gravity, and then this is like our jump height. Not like, doesn't mean it goes 9 up because it doesn't, but it's just like depending on, like if you change that higher, it'll jump higher. Like if I change this to 12. Then now if I hit up, it'll jump a lot higher. I don't really want that. So I'll change it back to 9. Just like if I change this to negative 0.1 instead of negative 0.4, guy would just fly up and then slowly fall down and slowly bounce. We don't really want that. Let's change it back to negative 0.4. I'm pretty sure is what it was before. 9 and negative 0.4. There we go. Jump up. If that wasn't what it was before, this still works. Works great. I'm pretty sure that's what it was though. And then we can move right and left like I said. So this is pretty cool. So what I'm thinking is once we're on, if the guy's touching one of these, then we can hit spacebar or maybe a letter key or something, and then that will move us to that level. So you can see the guy's touching one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this, and we're going to shift these around so it's a lot easier to follow, like that. So level 1. So when green flag is clicked, we want it to appear, and we can add that to all the other ones as well. And then what we want, and that should have gone to all of them. Sometimes it doesn't though. It did. Okay. When the green flag is clicked, we want to show. And then so space does work. So when space is pressed, if we'll have to make a variable for if this guy is touching it. So green flag is clicked forever. No, we could add to one of those, but I'm just gonna make a new one so it's more organized. So when the green flag is clicked forever, if the frog is touching, if it's touching level 1 map, well, hold on. Can he be touching? He might be able to be touching more than one at once, which is not something that we want. Okay, good. He just can't. Super close, but he just can't. Okay, so we're gonna make a variable frog level map touching. So when green, so let's just hide that. And when the green flag is clicked, we're going to set it to none. And then if it's touching level 1 map, then we're going to set it to, or actually we can just use numbers. Set that to 0. It's touching level 1 map, I'm going to set it to 1. If it's, actually, you know what I can do? Just in case somehow it can be touching both at once, I'll just take the lower number priority first if we just do else's, if and else. So otherwise, if it's touching number 2, then we can set it to 2. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I didn't mean to do an if there. I meant to do an if. No. That's not what I'm trying to do. I meant to do an if else. So let's get rid of that. Grab an if else. So if touching, do the map, set that else, and then we're going to do an if else. So then if neither of those are true, Then, if it's touching number 3, then we'll set it to 3. And otherwise, let's end that actually. Otherwise, if it's touching 4, then we'll set it to 4. And this time it'll just be a normal if because we have no more conditions. Actually, yes, we do. Never mind. If it's touching number 5, and we'll set it to 5. We actually do have one more condition because if it's touching, because otherwise, if none of those are true, then we're just gonna set it back to 0. Okay, so if I just make this show real quick, we should be able to have this work. So let's just have that. Right now it's on 2. As soon as it's not touching anything anymore, it's 0. Move that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing. 3. Okay, good. So it is working. What we wanted. So now,